Hey there, everybody. I'm going to talk about a game that I haven't seen anything on YouTube about. It's a kind of a classic game, but it's still a computer game that I play a lot and I think is kind of underrated because it doesn't have a whole lot of pictorial and video and niceties. It's just a straight simulation game called Diamond Mine Baseball. And what I have set up here right now is the opening day game between the Montreal Expos and the Philadelphia Phillies from 1977. As you can see, the Veteran Stadium is in the background. We've got the player photos filing in. Dave Cash leading off for Montreal. Steve Carlton on the mound for Philadelphia. Right now I've got it set up to manage both teams, but I can certainly turn it over to the computer manager if need be. And let's look at the starting lineups for the Montreal Expos. Leading off and playing second base is Dave Cash. Batting second at shortstop, Tim Foley. Hitting third in right field is Ellis Valentine. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Tony Perez. Hitting fifth is the third baseman Larry Parrish. Batting sixth, the kid Gary Carter is catching. Batting seventh, the Hawk Andre Dawson in center field. Batting eighth is the Crow Warren Cromartie in left field. And batting ninth and pitching is Steve Rogers. And if we flip over to the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies, we will see leading off in center field is Gary Maddox. At shortstop, hitting second is Larry Boa. Third baseman Mike Schmidt hits third. Left fielder Greg Luzinski is in the cleanup spot. Right fielder Jay Johnstone is batting fifth. First baseman Tom Hutton hits sixth. Second baseman Ted Sizemore hits second. Batting eighth, Steve Carlton's personal catcher Tim McCarver, and he is in the eighth spot as the catcher. And batting ninth and pitching Steve Carlton. So as we go over to the screen, you can see the options that we have here. Obviously wouldn't want to intentional walk anybody. You can challenge the hitter, you can pitch around them. You can make substitutions through the batting or defense option depending on which one you're using. Quick play will take it to the next inning or however far you want it to go. And see here it says pitch mode. You can do pitch mode or you can do the other mode, which is, if I click on it, batter mode. Now what batter mode is what I like to use most of the time anyway, which means the at-bat is resolved on one pitch. Pitch mode is when you want to do pitch by pitch, and that can be good, I guess, if you want to do something where holding a runner on first base or so forth, but I find it for my own personal taste to be a little time consuming, so I go for the one pitch to resolve everything option. And we get the weather report, and the weather report says, welcome to Veterans Stadium. The temperature at game time is 67 degrees. The wind is blowing in from right at 9 miles per hour. There is rain in the forecast. Keep in mind this game was played on April the 9th, 1977, so it would be surprising to see that game play. And actually, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to change the options. Well, I hit the first pitch. So let's see, 2-strike delivery, and he is out. I think I missed that on camera. Let me change the options. Go into the manager mode, and I'm going to set the visitors to all computer. That way the computer manager is handling all the game time decisions, the tactics, whether they steal, run, substitutions, pinch hitters, changing pitchers, and so forth. So that's what I've got. And since I missed the first pitch, let's go to the options that we have here for box score and score sheet. And you can see their box score. Specifically, let's go to the game log, and the game log says Cash grounded out to third. So, and you can also see here, if you're interested in it, there is a ball and strike count. So that meant that even though it was resolved on one pitch, prior to that, Cash was in the hole 0-2. So now we go back to the main screen. Now I've got the computer managing Montreal. I am managing Philadelphia. You can see Tim Foley is next. He's in a San Francisco hat. That's because about 2 weeks into the season, there was a trade where Tim Foley went from the Expos to the Giants, and the Giants sent Chris Spire to Montreal. But on opening day, Tim Foley was still an Expo. But we don't have a picture for that. We've got the picture for San Francisco. All right, with nobody on base, there's really not a whole lot of options to do as far as, because I don't want to pitch around him or intentional walk him. I'm not going to play the infield in or any of that kind of stuff. So the quick 1-1 is kind of your preset, ready to go, nobody on base kind of option. So I'm going to click that, and you can either click it with a mouse or you can see the number 6 here. You can use the 6 key on the computer. So I'm going to go ahead and click this quick 1-1. And it says, here's the 1-1 pitch, ground ball to third, and it's right by Schmidt. He slowed it down, and Bowler runs it down. But Foley is safe. It went kind of fast. Let me go back to the replay to bring that play-by-play back up. And it says, Foley is safe on Schmidt's error, his first of the season. And you see they're scoring E5 and B1, which means the batter went to first base. So Schmidt, right away, making an error. Now we've got options. Foley is on first. He is an average runner, so I don't think the computer would have him steal, especially with a batter like Ellis Valentine coming up. So we're going to go back to the quick 1-1 again and see what happens. And we go quick 1-1, and it says Carlton from the high set, 1-0. Carlton kicks and fires, ground to third. Might be 2. Schmidt picks it up, throws second for 1, on to first, double play. And they're out of the first inning. Let's get the recap here. We head to the bottom of the first. It was a 5-4-3 double play. So no runs, no hits. There was the one error, and now we go to the bottom of the first. And as you can see, Steve Rogers on the mound for the Expos. Gary Maddox leads it off for the Phillies. Now when you're on the offense, you can either bunt, take the pitch, or swing away. There's not much options to go when the bases are empty. So we're just going to do the basic swing away. And it says Rogers has a sign, 2-2 on Maddox. Pitches to Maddox, and Maddox went around. It says he doesn't know it yet. Now he does, and he's the first out. So that was it went by kind of quick, but it looks like from the text that it's a check swing kind of deal, and the umpire was a little delayed on the call, but they do ring up Maddox for the first out. Now we go to the second batter, and that's Larry Bowa. Again, we'll do the swing away, and it says 3-1 on Bowa. Rogers pitched to Bowa, hit to shallow left field. Not an easy play, but Camardi's up to the task. There's probably an option I can slow down this play-by-play. Let's go into the options screen and see if I can do that. Play-by-play settings, and it says delay at the end of the play. Let's take it to the longest, and delay between messages. Let's take that out a little bit, and we'll see if that helps the situation. Click OK. So right now we go to Mike Schmidt. 2 out, bases empty. And Mike Schmidt is up, so again we'll swing away. And let's see what it says. 0-1. The pitch is on its way. Here's a base hit. A grounder through into center field for a single. So I think that delayed play-by-play really helps out, because that way you can kind of capture everything on the screen. So Schmidt's aboard. You can see him right there where the cursor is. He's on first base, and now the bull, Greg Luzinski's up. Now that we've got a runner on, we see the option of hit and run. We see the option of steal has been added. But with Schmidt on first and Luzinski at the plate, the prudent move is to just swing away. So that's what we will do. And it says Rogers works from the stretch, the 1-1 delivery. Luzinski smacks one in the right center, chasing his Dawson. He won't get it. Rolls all the way to the wall. Luzinski will pull in with a double. Schmidt takes a turn at third, and now it gives me the option. Do I want to try for home? Well, with 2 outs, he got the start from the get-go, so I'm going to take the risk and send him home. I don't have anything to look up right now to see what his chances are, other than Schmidt's an average runner and gets an average jump. So since there's 2 outs, I'm going to take the gamble and send him. So let's see what it says. Schmidt is going for home. The throw goes home. Cash with the relay. Schmidt slides. The tag. Safe. So it's an RBI double for Greg Luzinski. And on the scoring, it's double 1 to home. Means the runner Schmidt, who was on first, made it to home. Luzinski with the double. And the Phillies lead 1-0. Way to go, Greg Luzinski. Now, next up is the comedian Jay Johnstone, and runner on second. Luzinski's not going anywhere without a hit, so we'll swing away. And payoff coming. That's inside Johnstone with the base on balls. So now it's first and second with still 2 outs, and that brings up Tommy Hutton. We'll swing away. A 3-1 pitch just off the corner, and it's back-to-back walks for Steve Rogers. Bases are now loaded, and that brings up Ted Sizemore. Swing away. Here's the pitch to Sizemore, bouncing ball up the middle. Cash can't get it. It's off his glove and into center field. In comes Luzinski from third. James Johnstone rounding third. Tommy Hutton rounds second. Johnstone will score easily. They're asking if we want to send Hutton, who was on first base, if we want to try to send him to third with 2 outs. Conventional wisdom is you do not make the last out at third base, so I will click no and hold him there. It's a 2-run single off the bat of Ted Sizemore, and the Phillies now lead, as you can see, 3-0. Next up, Tim McCarver with runners at first and second. Swing away. Here's the pitch. McCarver belts a fastball to the gap in right. Dawson and Valentine hit after it. No one can get it. It goes all the way to the fence. Hutton comes in to score from second. Dawson finally gets it back in. McCarver with a stand-up double. Sizemore's rounding third. Again, since there are 2 outs, I'm going to go ahead and send him, particularly with Carlton, the pitcher, up next. I want to try to get that run in, so we'll do yes, and let's see what it says. Sizemore going for home. The throw goes home. Cash with the relay. It'll be close. Carter takes the throw. He's safe. So McCarver with a 2-run double, and it's a 5 spot for the Phillies here in the first. Steve Rogers having a rough outing. So now that'll bring up the pitcher Carlton, who gets to bat in the bottom of the first. Ready to go. 0-2 pitch. Rogers pitched to Carlton to right field. Valentine moves over easily and has it to retire the side. But for the Phillies, 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So at the end of 1, the score is Philadelphia 5, Montreal 0. Okay, top of the second. Carlton has been staked to a 5-0 lead. Again, the bases are empty, so we're just going to do the quick 1-1. Up to bat is Tony Perez, just coming over from Cincinnati after a long career there, his first year with the Expos. Quick 1-1, and we'll see what it says here. Carlton stares in, ball to delivery. There's a little pop-up. Nice catch by McCarver on a ball that wasn't hit very high. He had to get out there quickly, and he did, making the catch in foul ground, so it's a 2 FL. You see that the scoring there, 2 foul. So that means he fouled to the catcher. Next up is the third baseman, Larry Parrish. And we'll do the quick 1-1 again. And it's a 2-1 pitch. Bounces one on the right side, and there's a veteran infielder making the routine play to throw him out, and that's Sizemore. Kind of made me think a little bit of History Maker baseball with the young batter and the veteran or icon fielder. So it's like prospect and icon there. So a little History Maker baseball reference for you. Next up is the catcher, Gary Carter. Carlton looks in, 3-2 pitch. Backs off an inside fastball and will take a walk. And walks what hurt Steve Rogers in the first inning, walking 2. Both coming home to score. So next up is Andre Dawson. He's batting 7th in the opening day lineup. I imagine as the season went on, he moved up in the lineup, but this was really his first full season, so they didn't really know what they had yet. So a runner on first, but it's Gary Carter, so I don't think it's going anywhere, plus the fact they're down 5-0, so nothing unusual on how I'm going to play this, just a quick 1-1. And now, let's see, left-hander Carlton comes to the stretch, no balls, 1 strike. Carlton kicks in the liver, swinging the bouncer to Boa, throws over to first for the out. And that is the end of the inning. So now we go to the bottom of the second. Back to the top of the order, Gary Maddox will swing away. Gary Maddox is up. Struck out his first time up, full count pitch, and Maddox takes strike 3 called again. So the second time he is out on strikes. And that will bring up Larry Boa, swinging away. Steps in, 2-1 pitch, pop fly, third base line. Carter moves up the line, but it's actually a third baseman Parrish who will make the play in fair territory. As you can see, it just says a 5 there. It did not say 5 FL, it said 5, so that meant he caught it in fair territory. 2 down, bases empty for Mike Schmidt. Swing away. Singleton scored his last time up. The 2-2 pitch, line to left center and shallow. Dawson coming in, coming over. He takes it to retire the side. Still trailing by 5 runs are the Expos. It is now top of the third. And Warren Cromartie is up. And we will do the quick 1-1 again with the bases empty. Carlton running through the signs. Here's the pitch. Looped out to center field. In front of it, Maddox. And that's the first hit for Montreal, as Maddox was not able to get to that. It dropped in too quickly. All right, now we have some strategy. Steve Rogers is the batter. Cromartie is on first, nobody out. So you assume that the computer manager will try to bunt. So at that point, what we can do is we can do the, we're going to challenge the hitter. That's the first part, because that takes you to the sub menu. If you do quick 1-1, it's going to go straight to the bat. But the challenge hitter will take us to a sub menu where we can do normal defense, infield in at the corners, guard the lines. But obviously for a bunt, we're going to look at guard the corners. So let's see what happens. Carlton comes to the set, 1-2 on Rogers. And the line shot out over second base, but the center fielder Maddox gets there in time to make the catch. So he did not bunt, probably because they were down 5-0, but I thought they still might bunt, so that's the option we tried. Top of the order is Dave Cash, and we'll just do a quick 1-1 to see what the next batter will do. So here's Cash, second time today, bounced out back in the first. 1 ball to Cash, and the next pitch is up the middle. Boa comes across, has it. Tosses to Sizemore at second, over to first, but Cash is able to beat the throw. So it's a 6-4 fielder's choice. And the way they do their scoring, as you can see, it says 6-4, and then it says fielder's choice, that's what the F's there for, and it says batter goes to first. So the runner who was on first is out 6-4 via the fielder's choice, and then it tells you what the batter did. The batter makes first base. That's how that's interpreted on their scoring. All right, next up is Tim Foley in his San Francisco hat. 2 outs, and runner at first still, and we go to quick 1-1. Tim Foley up, reached on an error his last time up by Schmidt. Carlton to the stretch, ball 1 pitch. Ground ball between first and second. It's thrown to right field for a hit. Cash will hold at second. Now, had the computer tried to send Cash, I would have had the option of either try to throw him out, or throwing for the cutoff man to keep the runner at first. But down 5-0, I guess they figured they didn't want to risk it. So he stops at second with Ellis Valentine due up. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. So we'll do the quick 1-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes pitch. Lefty deals, change up, but toward the ground at second. Boa goes left, has it, goes to the bag himself for the force play. That's why it says 6/F, because of the force play, and the inning's over. All right, Greg Luzinski will start off the bottom of the third, swinging away. Here's the bull again, a run-scoring double last trip. Rogers toes the rubber, 1-2 pitch, and a good sinker with some serious second stage movement has Luzinski swinging and missing for the strikeout. So some of the play-by-play can be pretty descriptive, and it's pretty decent. All right, that now will bring up Jay Johnstone, swinging away, of course. Number 5 hitter Johnstone scored after walking last time. Rogers peers in, the 1-1 delivery. Roller off first. Rogers goes over. Then he lets Perez take it, and Perez will take it to the bag himself, 3 unassisted. And you notice on here they don't do 3U, they do 3 ground out, which means 3 unassisted ground out. I also use that nomenclature because sometimes the U, if you're just scanning the score sheet, makes it look like possibly an error or an unearned run. So the 3G is what I use. Tommy Hutton is the batter now with 2 outs. Base is empty. And let's see what Hutton does. Walked and scored previously. 3-0 pitch is another walk. So he was taking 3-0 and he walked. That will bring up Ted Sizemore. He had that big hit in the first inning. And let's see, line to first base, and it's caught by Perez for the out. 3L, which means 3 line out. And that ends the third inning with the score Philadelphia 5, Montreal 0. I think what I'm going to do here is show the quick play option. So if we hit on quick play, it gives us what we want to go to. We can go to the next half inning, we can go to the 4th, we can go to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or we can go all the way till the game is over. I'm going to go ahead and go to the 7th inning. So that means it'll play through, go through the 6th inning. It means it'll play through the 6th inning and we'll start in the 7th inning. So there you see, it just auto-played the 6th, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. No one scored. It's still 5-0, and we're starting in the 7th inning. You can see Carlton is at 72 pitches, 42 for strikes. So certainly pitch count is not a problem for him. And that'll bring up the top of the order, the top of the 7th, and it'll be Tony Perez. We'll do the quick 1-1. And he bounced out to Hutton last time up. This is a 2-2 pitch. Bottoms out a breaking ball, getting a strikeout. So 1 down as Perez strikes out. Here's Larry Parrish. Larry Parrish in the 5 spot. Hitless on the day. 0-1 to Parrish. Kick and delivery by Carlton, hit hard to right center. Nobody's going to get this ball. It lands on the warning track and bounces up against the wall. Maddox with the throw back in, but not before Larry Parrish coasted into second base with a double. So a 1-out double by Parrish. We'll bring up Gary Carter. Gary Carter is up. See what he does here on a 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. So lefty strikes him out. Chased something up and in, and didn't look good doing it. So there's 2 outs. Still the runner at second, and that'll bring up Andre Dawson. Now I could pitch around him, and that would lessen the chance that he would do something because the left-hander Cromartie's on deck. So I'm going to go ahead and try that option. We'll do the pitch around, and when you do that, it brings you to the sub-menu, and I'll just do normal defense. So the pitch around, let's see what it says. Single his last time up, 2-1 pitch. Big chop to third, Schmidt to his left, and Dawson is retired. So the pitch around does increase the chance of a walk, but it also decreases the chance of an extra base hit. So 7th inning stretch time, and it is 5-0 in favor of the Phillies. All right, now let's start with, and you notice in the ball game, Montreal, I was wondering about the pitch count here at 45. I was like, there's no way Steve Rogers had that. But actually they brought in relief pitcher Jackie Brown, And if we go to the box score, we can see that Jackie Brown has already pitched 2 2/3, as Rogers only made it through 3 1/3. Carlton's doing really well at 7 innings, 88 pitches. And you also have to look at who's coming up in the lineup as far as pinch hitting. So Montreal will be pitch hitting for Jackie Brown next inning if he completes the inning. So we start out, and Jay Johnstone is the batter, and we will swing away. Jay Johnstone leads it off, hitless so far. 2-1 pitch. Hit down to Foley, long throw across, and Johnstone is out. 1 away. And that'll bring up Tommy Hutton. Tommy Hutton steps in. The pitch to Hutton. Easy bouncer to short. Foley again has another chance. On to first. Throws up the line, but a nice grab by Perez, but he had to leave the bag. So that's going to be an error on Foley on the throw. So you can see in the scoring, the way they did the scoring, E6, and the batter goes to first. Alright, so after the error, Ted Sizemore is up and he will swing away. The pitch, hard hop comeback, should be an easy 2, and it is. Throw to Cash to Perez, so it's a 1-4-3 double play. Let's look at that scoring. It's a hard shot back to Jackie Brown, the pitcher. He fielded it through to Cash at second for the 1, and then back to first for the double play. So their notation is 1-4-3 and GDP afterwards. That tells you it was a 1-4-3 double play. All right, so now we have Warren Cromartie leading off the top of the 8th. And let's see what happens here. Warren Cromartie steps into the box. 0-1 pitch. Off the glove of Carlton, but he shovels it off to first. A little backhand flip, and Cromartie is gone. 1 out. Now, I'm tempted to go into the option screen at this point and set up manual substitution so that we ensure a pinch hitter in this game. So let's do human there so we can make the substitutions correctly. Okay here. Alright, now I'll go to the batting lineup for a pinch hitter, and this gives me all the pinch hitters that are available. And let's see here, probably want to try for a right-handed hitter since Carlton is left-handed. So we are going to go with Barry Foote, because Barry Foote, I'm sorry, not Barry Foote, Jose Morales. He is the prototypical pinch hitter of all time, and the way to make the substitution is you click on the person you want, you hold down the left mouse, whoops, let me get this right, try to do this and record at the same time. You left click on him. It's easier to do when I don't have a camera in my hand, trust me. Bring him over, slide him over into Jackie Brown's slot right there, release the double click, and there he is right there. And then if you're happy with that, you click OK, and now Jose Morales is in to pinch hit for Jackie Brown. Quick 1-1, and let's see what it says here. It says, here it comes. First pitch is hit deep in the right center. Maddox breaks back, circles towards right, and makes the catch going away. So that's 2 away. And then back to the top of the order, and Dave Cash. And we're looking at a quick 1-1 here. Cash will face Carlton, nothing for 3. Here's the pitch. High in the air, foul territory. Hutton is there. But he does make the catch, even though it may have been up in the skyline and wasn't comfortable with it, but he did make the catch. Now, since I pinch hit for the pitcher, it's telling me I've got Jose Morales as my pitcher. So I need to go in and pick someone here in the bullpen to make the pitcher, to make the next pitching change. Well, I can go up to opponent here, and that will give me the batting order of the Phillies. And it says McCarver. See the little triangle here, or caret sign, tells me McCarver is leading off. He's a lefty. So that means I could be tempted to bring in a left-handed reliever here, but down 5-0, those kind of strategies may not necessarily be that practical. You probably want to put a lesser reliever in so you can hold off your good relievers and not burn them and save them for other games in the series. So I'm going to go with, looks like we're going to use Joe Kerrigan. So I'm going to use Joe Kerrigan, and again, to bring him in, left click till you get that circle sign, drag him all the way over, put him on Morales, or if you want to do a double switch, you could do it the other way around. But for our purposes, we'll just go ahead and put him on Morales' spot. Click on P for pitcher, and Joe Kerrigan is now the new Montreal pitcher, as you can see right there. He will face McCarver, so we'll swing away. First appearance of the year, obviously, since it's opening day. McCarver standing in, doubled his last time up. Kerrigan is ready. 3-0 pitch, and he's taken all the way for a walk. And he'll take a stroll down to first. So Carlton is up, so we're going to try the bunt strategy. Since the pitcher is up, we'll try that. Even though McCarver's not a fast runner, a good bunt will get him to second. So we'll do a bunt. Going to the plate, Steve Carlton. The home crowd stands and applauds, appreciates his efforts. Carver being held. Here's the pitch. The sacrifice is on. Down the first base line, but it rolls foul. All right, so now he has a count. We can see here. There he is. I had to look for it for a second. Count is no balls and 1 strike. So we can try to keep the bunt on, and we'll see what happens. 0-1 pitch, Carlton trying to bunt. He bunts it straight out front, taken up by Kerrigan. He has only 1 play. He throws to Cash covering at first base to retire Carlton. Successful sacrifice bunt was executed. And the scoring on that is 1-4, sacrifice hit. That's how Carlton was retired, was on the 1-4 sacrifice hit. And then the 1-2 means the runner on first made it to second, which was McCarver. Okay, top of the order, back to Gary Maddox with a runner in scoring position. And let's see what happens here. High fly down the left field line, long run for Camardi, will a jog, and there's 2 down. So apparently it was deep, but it wasn't that deep. Now it was deep enough where it's asking me, do I want to have the runner on second try to tag up and go to third? Well, A, it's in left field, so going from left field to third base may not be smart. B, Tim McCarver is the runner, so that's probably not going to be a wise move either. So I will do a no to keep him at second base. And there's 2 outs. That'll bring up Larry Boa. And let's see what happens here for Boa. Kerrigan to the stretch, the delivery. Little looping fly to shallow left center. Dawson crosses in, makes the catch. And the inning is over. So we go to the top of the 9th with the score still 5-0 and all 5 runs in that first inning. Now, pitch count wise, Carlton's only at 92. So obviously he's on a roll and easily could pitch a complete game here. So we'll go a quick 1-1 against Foley. Not even need the bullpen this game. Second pitch to Foley, hard grounder to second. Sizemore is there. Down to 1 knee to make sure, and he throws him out. 1 down for Ellis Valentine. Ellis Valentine batting from the right side, 0 for 3 on the day, 1-0 pitch. He hesitated but got a piece of it. Hit it on the ground to Sizemore, who throws him out. So the second consecutive ground out to second. And we're 1 out away from a Steve Carlton shutout. Tony Perez, the batter, standing in Carlton's way. And let's see what happens here. Carlton struck him out in the 7th, so he winds and deals. Breaking ball, hit on the ground, right side in the hole. Sizemore with the grab again, and he throws over for the out. And you notice it says game over. So there you have it. 5-0, 5-7-1 for the Phillies, 0-4-2 for the Expos. Go into the box score to get the recap. We see that the winning pitcher was Steve Carlton. He's 1-0. Obviously, it's opening day. Rogers 0-1. If we look down here further, we can see that Foley made 2 errors, Schmidt made 1 error, and it tells us that Morales, on the notes, Morales batted for Jackie Brown in the 8th, and you can see that in the box score there. It gives you the pitches, how many there were strikes, and the running ERA total, and it also gives you little niceties about temperature, 67 degrees, skies threatening, where the winds were from, stolen bases, RBIs, things like that. If you want to go to a game log at the end, you can click on where it says game log, and right there it just kind of in type form just tells you what happens as a play-by-play. And if you want to go to their score sheet, you can look at their score sheet, and it gives you the score sheet of what happened. So that is Diamond Mine Baseball. Like I said, there's no sound to it, but it's a game that allows you to almost put you in not only the manager's seat, but also in the broadcast booth, if you're so inclined, using your imagination. It's an imagination game as well. It provides statistical accuracy, but the play-by-play and the text that come into the game without the actual sound or players moving around video-wise, it lends something to the imagination of, in your mind's eye, seeing what's happening. So that's Diamond Mine Baseball. For those of you who don't or have never heard of it, you can go to diamondminebaseball.com. That's diamond-mind, like your brain, baseball.com. Google it if you can't find it. And they sell pretty much just about every season that's out there. Most of the newer seasons, and even some of the seasons going way back in the 50s and 60s, have full transactions, daily lineups, as-played lineups, lefty-righty splits, all that good stuff. Certainly 1977 is what they call a deluxe season. And I'm not sure how much the game costs, because I haven't been on that in a while. It's been a while since I actually bought the game. This is version 11, which is the newest version. Season discs for deluxe usually run $24.95, I believe, which in actuality, compared to other games out there, whether they're card sets or computer games, pretty reasonably priced and competitively priced. And like I said, it gets you running stats, and it keeps your schedule. We can go to some of the other features they have here. Oh, I got to save the game first. See, it warned me to save the game, so I save this game so that the stats are saved. It says the database has been updated with the results of the game. Alright, now we go over here and close that, and we go to the main screen, which gives us the standings. Only been a couple games played, but you can go in and it saves the box scores for you. So if you click box score on the game we just played, there it is. So it keeps all the box scores for you. If you choose to do so, there's an option not to do that. And then we can go to, say for instance, we want to go to the roster manager. So let's go to roster manager for the Phillies. And we will see this is what the roster manager looks like. Now the players in blue are the current active roster. The players in red are on the disabled list to start the season. That included Jim Lonborg, and it also included Richie Hebner, which is why Hutton was playing first base. The players in green, such as Bate McBride, are not on the active roster because he is currently with the Cardinals. He gets traded to the Phillies later. Or players like perhaps Don Warthen, or let's look at Jim Morrison, are in the minors, and they'll get called up later. Now another option is to view transactions. So I can go into either for a league or a team. I'll do the team, and we'll go to Philadelphia. This is a tribute to Al Wilson, being a Phillies fan. And we'll click OK. And this gives us all the activity that took place on the roster moves, whether it's disabled list, whether a player was day-to-day, whether he was demoted, whether he was traded, whether he was released. I think they have bereavement lists. Pretty much whatever they have, whatever they can do in Major League Baseball, they'll do it here. And it'll tell you that they've been added or deleted. So you can see, for instance, on 4/6, which is the day before the season started, that Hebner and Lonborg were added to the disabled list. Now on 4/17, which is the next one in line, 4/17, Tug McGraw is going to go on the disabled list. When he does, they will promote a few days later on the 23rd Warren Bruster, or Bruster, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but that's how the background works for those who are doing the in-season replays or as-played seasonal replays. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit about Diamond Mine Baseball. If it's a game you haven't experienced before or seen before, I'm glad to show it to you. I've been playing it for years, so I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the seasons, what they cover, the options on the game, pretty much anything like that. And of course, there's an option you can create your own players, and I've done that with a couple minor league seasons. If you don't have the lefty-righty splits, you can just put in as much information as you have, and the game will give you a fairly realistic opportunity to do that. The pictures in the game and the stadiums in the game they don't come with the game, but you can go on different websites to find those player photos and ballpark photos and add those into the game as Al says, as an accoutrement to the game. So I hope everybody liked it. It's my first attempt at even trying to do this. I'm trying to record this on a Samsung Android phone, so I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, let me know. If I did something incorrectly, let me know that too. If you want to see another game from another season, I've got just about every Diamond Mine season there is, at least as far as the 70s go, most of the 80s, a few of the early 90s, and then I kind of skipped a little bit, but I do have 2014 to do recently. And I also have 2002, which is the famous Moneyball season, and also the Rally Monkey for the Anaheim Angels in the World Series against the Giants. So I hope everybody enjoyed it, and I look forward to possibly trying to do some more of these. If this works out at all, if it's a bust, then I'll stop doing it. We'll wait and see. I'll post it and see what everybody says. Everybody have a good day.